Hey, hi, welcome. It's Meredith. I'm here with our message for Tuesday, the 25th of February, 2020. We are using the new Palladini Tarot for our message today. We had quite an interesting shuffle this morning. We've got two cards off the bottom of the deck. Our potential theme in the day. Let's take a look at those. Our first is King of Swords, holding the Ace of Swords. Brilliant clarity, everlasting strength there in his hands. And, you know, we often see the kings and queens holding the tool of their suit. So, you know, if it's the King of Cups, he's holding the cups. So, they're also using that energy. In this case, the king is wielding the sword, or is about to. He and his queen both have a reputation for being cold, and that couldn't be further from the truth. They're quite warm, loving, passionate, actually. They get the cold reputation from the fact that they have to make decisions, not just for themselves, but for the collective, or many other people are affected by the decisions they make. And so there are times where the king and queen can appear to be without feeling, because they have to engage their emotional intellect, awareness, and factor that into a decision that will ultimately benefit everyone in the end. And that's not always going to make everybody happy. So there's some complaining that could go on, maybe even a little bit of whining in that case. So they get their reputation. You know, he and his queen both, they are no-nonsense type of individuals, and they won't tolerate it from others, and most especially they won't tolerate it from themselves. Once noticed, they're on it. They're going to run a sword through it, and they're going to bring brilliant clarity to whatever's unfolding in front of them. So seeing the king here today in this position, we are in a position to tap our mastery for our wise decision making, our discernment, and perhaps we have to dig into a little bit of our no-nonsense attitude. We can't take it from ourselves. That means whatever story that the ego is cooking up for us is something we're going to run a sword through today. And we're doing it because it's not an efficient use of our time, nor an efficient use of an inefficient way to invest our energy, let's say. Okay, coming with the king. Knight of Cups. So beautiful, holding the Ace of Cups. The king sent the knight on a mission. He's called on the Knight of Cups. Fascinating too, because as I was just saying, he appears to be without feeling, and the Knight of Cups is all about feeling. He carries the Ace of Cups, the pure, raw, happy, blissful love that flows into our lives. So he sent the knight somewhere on a mission with this cup to bring pure, raw, happy love to a situation or a circumstance that's unfolding for us. So knights convey messages between cards. Let's see where he's going to our first two. Two of Rods, Two of Wands. This is having a vision, and this is stepping through a doorway, crossing a threshold into a new realm of experience. So this is energy that's being changed up. This is what we are holding in our heart for long-term happiness and fulfillment. We are joining energies here, so we're bringing the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups across a threshold for everlasting strength, brilliant clarity, pure, raw, happy love in the Ace of Cups, so that we can build on something, so that we can create something. And then we have the Eight of Cups. And this is us now moving through that gateway, stepping across that threshold. We are walking on. And the Eight of Cups, all eights in tarot are about movement. This is energy moving. And the Eight of Cups is a card of moving from really good circumstances to even better. Here we have some bittersweet energy though too. The Eight of Cups connects to eclipse energy, so let's do a little review today of the prior eclipses and some of the energies that came through that gateway when the planets aligned. What did it bring to us? What resources, what energetic resources are we working with at this time? And this may require some discernment for us. This is the bittersweet energy I'm talking about. Not everything is satisfying right now in this moment, nor does it necessarily feel fulfilling in this moment. And the message here is you're joining energies. You are embarking perhaps in a new direction, and the landscape has to fill in. So allowing patience, I know, dare I say it, patience, because patience can sometimes breed an energy of waiting or frustrated waiting, and switch that up then to excited anticipation. While not everything has filled in and you don't necessarily have all the answers and you can't see what's beyond that next horizon that you're looking at, you have to trust your wisdom and discernment. You have to trust your emotional intellect, that you are going to walk on with the current resources and make the very most of them as you go along. Next set of cards, first is Seven of Swords. This one has been showing up quite a bit lately for us. And as I've recently shared with you, I have been in contemplation of the sevens in tarot. And I have been informed by them as well. And the Seven of Swords it's so often called the thief. And I refer to that as how we are robbed of our own joy by being talked out of what we know to be true and authentic for us. This can be a card of conformity, how we have conformed to belief system, or how we speak in shoulds. It should be this way, it should be that way, but it isn't. So do something about it. Make a new choice, make a new decision. Do not rob yourself of the joy you know is in the present moment and contributing to your long-term happiness and fulfillment. Sometimes it takes crossing a new threshold. Sometimes it takes walking on from a good situation, which is bittersweet to leave that situation, but for something even better. What is on that horizon? What's calling you right now? Where can you bring your everlasting strength, brilliant clarity, and pure, raw, happy love, right? Where are you channeling that? How are you investing it? And if you're listening to some old tape loop in your head, challenge that. Where did it come through? Put your sword on it. Illuminate it for yourself. Challenge it all. This is a time to ask the question, what have I not considered? What does the universe want to share with me today? How can I be enlightened? I am in excited anticipation for enlightenment, so show it to me. Coming with this seven, another seven. And I love the seven that's come with it, the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card, too, of, my guides are saying, playing the long game here. It's not all instantaneous. It's not all going to happen overnight. And this is a card of harvest. It's also tangibles. This is abundance and fertility, but it's something that you're eventually going to hold in your hands. So we have the person tending their crop, tending their field, so to speak. And this is a card about energy investment. This individual has invested a whole lot of energy into this crop because this is going to serve him for the next season and maybe even beyond that. So there can be an inclination here to want to pick the fruit that's on the vine, but it's not ripe. Remember that, and you'll not rob yourself of joy if you pick it too soon. Everything has its own right season. It's going to come in its own right way. And there's a lot in development and a lot in consideration for us at this time, which is why we really do require what this king has to offer us in the way of mastery. Be wise and question how you conform to your own should list. And know that the opportunity before you is there because And you've been manifesting for it. You've been contemplating upon it in your heart space. And you have been looking at this horizon. Now you're walking on toward it. And it can be a little uncomfortable as you leave what's familiar. Or even chant what's familiar to you in your vulture thoughts. We live with them. They become comfortable to us. Sometimes we don't hear them until somebody else points them out to us. And we don't know we're necessarily robbing ourselves of joy. So come back to the fruit of your own vine. Come back to your wisdom, your clarity, your brilliance, your love, your bliss. Get grounded on your own foundation and come into the grace of allowing what is unfolding to unfold and allow it to bless you. See it for the opportunity that it is. Then we have the sun. Beautiful. Well, you know, this is the goal, though, isn't it? It's the happiest card in tarot. This is illumination and brilliant clarity. Yet again, can't you see the king maybe lifting that sword a bit higher and touching the rays of the sun and then, you know, pointing that into what is before him, aiming it at his realm so that he can see clearly and bring this kind of long-term happiness? This is why we're doing what's happening on the 2 and what's happening on the 8. This is why we're crossing the threshold and walking on, because this is what's there. And this tangle here in the middle, remember, 7s in tarot are all about heaven touching earth. And sometimes in the turn of the wheel in this process, we get uncomfortable. Things get shaken up and we have to make new choices, new decisions. Yes. And then the Emperor. Mr. Know-It-All. I love the Emperor. That is solid Aries energy all day long. The Emperor is experienced and wise. He's all 4 kings rolled into one, and he's got his eye on the sun. He knows what it takes to do this kind of journey, and he has a lot to offer to it. This is confirmation for us to lean into our wisdom. This is not a time to ignore what we know to be true, 7 of Swords, nor is it a time for us to be talked out of it or even entertain that there is an authority in our midst that knows us better than we do. Consider that. So consider the sun energy for yourself. This is your ultimate goal. This is what you're walking toward. This is the illumination and the clarity you're seeking. And trust your wisdom and your experience. Bring all of that to the now, to the presence, so that you are investing your energy into your long-term happiness and fulfillment. And then coming with this is the Tower. Yes, perfect card for this, because unstable foundations can't stand. And it's, you know, either time or environment or elements are going to erode an already unstable situation. But we have the sun, we have a king, we have the Emperor, we have new opportunity, and we have our collective experience to bring to the Tower. So we can tear this down. The universe doesn't have to do it for us. In fact, I feel we already have torn it down. We're in a rebuild situation or in a rebuild phase at this time. And we're in a retrograde in the sign of Pisces. So there's a lot of feeling here and a lot of opportunity to review. So take the opportunity to review. Beautiful cards. It feels a bit like a homework assignment, and it's certainly one worth doing. All right, let's do angel answers. This is your opportunity to ask a question, receive a fresh message, or get further confirmation. One of our favorites, of course, no need to worry. And there really isn't. That's an inefficient use of your energy. This is not where you want to invest into worry. There is no need to worry. This is a time to hold the vision of the 2 and what's on that horizon, and visualize yourself there, already on the other side of whatever situation or circumstance is in consideration for you with the King and the Emperor, and how it's bringing you the bliss of the sun. Worry won't get you there. Love will get you there. Wisdom. experience. Next card. I love this. Take action. I know it's another repeat for us. That's what's happening here, though, on the Eight of Cups. We're taking action. We're moving in a direction, and it's in the direction of the sun. Next. Peaceful resolution. Yes. By not being impetuous, by not indulging in the tumultuous small details that engage the ego, we create peaceful resolution. Love your ego. Don't shut it out. Don't shut it down. Thank it. Have gratitude and appreciation for its voice. Though don't entertain its antics. Consider that. Ooh, wow. Then we have our soft, sweet yes. I'm not going to take this larger clump. I'm going to take this one. Reconsider. Yes. And look, the Ace of Swords there too. And we've seen this one frequently as well. The king considers, reconsiders, and does ask the question, what have I not considered? And then he considers that some more. Okay, next, our affirmation from the universe has your back. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Yes, sometimes, as I said earlier, these situations as they unfold can be uncomfortable. But you've weathered that storm more than once in life, and sticking to the truth of what you hold in your heart is the way to go. Last card, our spirit animal for the day from Sawyer's Nature Portal Oracle deck. Let's see what little creature wants to be with us today. Again, this is a card for you to investigate for yourself. Dog energy. It's actually a dog in the house that looks like this one. It's so cute. I love the rainbow here. It reminds me of the Ten of Cups, and the butterfly is transformation. Also, it reminds me of the Queen of Swords, because often you'll see her seated on her throne with the sword upright and a butterfly about to alight on the tip of that sword. Transformation. And what I know of dog energy, there is an offering of loyalty from dogs. So be loyal to yourself. That Seven of Swords is there for a reason, and it's there for you to consider your should list. And whatever authority you perceive in your environment that is an influence to you, challenge that, reconsider. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a beautiful Tuesday. Peace, love, joy, happiness. Personal readings are available. Check the description box. And check out your February mid-month before we get into March. Bye for now, everyone. Have a really sweet day. Namaste.